Congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
Cheers.
Congratulations on 30 years.
30 years. Wow, Val. Congratulations.
Congratulations and happy anniversary.
There are many stories that come to mind, but if I have to pick one example to show how important is the relationship between me, Orient Express, and Valerie Wilson Travel, is that since 1993, when I interview potential candidates to work in reservations for our company, after the ice has been broken, and so I casually throw in a question, and I say, and my question is to these candidates, who is Valerie Wilson, without adding anything else? Well, I have to say that if they don't know the answer, that interview is going to finish pretty soon.
My favorite story of Valerie Wilson Travel surrounds an occasion when BA, by accident, sent some information to Valerie Wilson that was attributable to another company. And the fact that Valerie and Jennifer invited me to the St. Regis to have a drink, I had no idea what it was about, but in fact, at that time, handed me the information in an envelope unopened, I thought was just so emblematic of your commitment to integrity and honesty, and I'll always remember that.
You know, I first met Valerie back in 1982 when I joined Royal Viking Line, and at that time I was new to the luxury business. I'd only I worked at a company called Norwegian Cruise Line, which was a mass market cruise line. And I remember the first time I met her and was kind of intimidated to come into this beautiful office and this very elegant lady sitting there, and she started asking me questions about Royal Viking Line, and I finally had to confess that she probably knew more about the company than I did, and if she was just nice to me, I'd do everything I could do to help her be successful, or me be successful too. So.
I have a great story about Kimberly, her daughter, who actually on the trip, the chairman's event in Kenya in October, a little bit of a mishap, and seeing her totally covered in mud was quite an interesting story, and one that I think a lot of the attendees will remember and cherish, actually. It's quite an interesting event.
Congratulations on your 30th anniversary. What a milestone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on 30 amazing years, and cheers to many more.
Felicidades, 30 años. Hey, that's a great accomplishment. Congratulations to everybody at Valerie Wilson Travel. You're a great partner for us, and we really celebrate the success with you. Congratulations.
You know, going above and beyond is part of the core values for Valerie Wilson Travel, and perhaps why the company has grown to the size and the importance and relevance that it has actually with Starwood Hotels and Resorts. But going above and beyond for Valerie isn't just for customers. It's actually with suppliers as well, and general managers. And I was told this fabulous story actually, that one day we had a general manager who will remain nameless in Rome, and Valerie was heading over there actually. She was taking some very valued travel professionals to experience the city of Rome. She knew though that our general manager in one of her favorite hotels had a love for New York pastrami. So, the day before she left to go to Rome, Italy, she went to one of New York's world-famous delis and bought some pastrami. I am sure, actually, that when she delivered it to our general manager, it was probably wrapped in some peach tissue with a peach bow. But I'm also sure that on that pastrami, she probably had a card attached saying, you know, to one friend from another friend, from one business partner to another business partner, thank you for all you've done to build Valerie Wilson Travel, obviously, to where we are today. But it's those personal touches. I think it's a wonderful story where you can actually, you know, bestow such a kindness, and you know, it's those small little things that truly have made the difference, and obviously the passion that Valerie has for the job that she does.
Well, I have a story for you, and I think it's kind of evolved over time, and kind of wraps around how demanding the industry is, and it goes to trying to set up a meeting with Valerie Wilson and with Jennifer. And Jennifer travels a lot. Her schedule's very demanding, and we used to meet at 9 in the morning. And then over time, as her calendar, and she got stretched even more, it went to 8:30 in the morning. Well, now today we're meeting, if I want to meet with her, it's 7:30 in the morning.
We have a particularly humorous run about Valerie, so I hope she doesn't mind us sharing it with the audience. But it happened about the same time of year, a number of years ago, around Thanksgiving, and so Valerie had started purchasing the preparations to prepare Thanksgiving dinner for her family, and had gone out and purchased an organic turkey. For those of you that know about organic turkeys, they don't have a long shelf life in the refrigerator, and so Valerie took the turkey out on Thanksgiving morning, went to start making the preparations, and had discovered the turkey had gone bad. And without even thinking about what to do next, she picked up the phone, called the Ritz-Carlton Central Park, and said, "Help. Thanksgiving is in an hour and I have no turkey." So the power of access and the power of Valerie Wilson and her name brought everyone to attention and ready to fix the situation. So her call went to chef. He rallied his culinary troops, which you can only imagine on Thanksgiving Day in a hotel is pretty chaotic. But in no time at all, a full turkey trimmings Thanksgiving dinner was prepared and delivered to the Wilson family. So a very scrumptious Thanksgiving Day followed, and again, it just goes to the power of Valerie and her name and her reputation, and there's just nothing our organization, nothing Ritz-Carlton would not do for her.
Valerie, Jennifer, Kimberly, congratulations on your 30th anniversary, and I look forward to 30 more years of friendship and business relationship together.
Cheers to 30 years, and here's a toast to you for 30 more. Congratulations, Valerie Wilson Travel.
Congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
So Valerie, Jennifer, Kimberly, congratulations on 30 years in business.
Congratulations.
Jennifer volunteers quite a bit to be involved in sort of shaping our destiny because it affects our mutual clients. So we were able to have her on a focus group to test our lie flat product on the subsidiary Continental Lie Flat Business First. So she brought the female perspective to that, not only for herself because she's so well traveled, but also from our client base. So we were able to get one of the premier business first class seats that we now use on all of our flights to the Atlantic, the Pacific, Latin America, and Jennifer really helped and was instrumental in doing that. So we valued her time and her services, and we hope to continue to use Valerie Wilson's input in terms of how we shape our products and services going forward.
I do have a favorite Valerie Wilson travel story, and it's a very recent one. Valerie and some of the agents took a trip recently to London and to Paris, and it happened to be Valerie's birthday. And it was interesting to watch from a distance because I think that Valerie was not so thrilled that everyone knew it was her birthday, but the people who did know were thrilled to know so they could do something nice for her. And so there were a lot of special moments along the way in London, but to me the best surprise was when they pulled up at the Georgia Cinq in Paris, and there is a black Rolls-Royce with a big red ribbon on the top. And Christopher Norton, who's our regional vice president and general manager at the Georgia Cinq, had arranged for Valerie to have a black Rolls-Royce at her beck and call for her weekend in Paris. And the thing I love about that story is people want to do nice things like that for Valerie because she gives back in a lot of ways, and she supports our brand and our company and our hotels in so many ways. And so a gesture like that is so genuine and authentic because people want to do nice things for her because she does a lot of nice things for everyone else.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Now, I have heard about a story where Kimberly fell into some mud, but you know, that one nobody would believe. So I have another one. I was in St. Petersburg, and I was with Valerie when I saw mountains of beluga caviar, the likes of which I didn't know existed. And between all of us, we probably put away about $10,000 worth of little beluga special caviar. A remarkable evening and a wonderful one at that.
Well, actually, I have lots of Valerie Wilson travel stories to share, but I do have one that I will never forget. And it was my first meeting with Jennifer. And I thought this was just going to be an introductory breakfast. And next thing I know, I am searching for something to write notes on. So I'm pulling out business cards, I'm writing down notes. I must have went through 25 business cards just keeping up with the notes from Jennifer. So the next time I had a chance to have breakfast with her, I came prepared. I brought lots of paper, so much so. These are my notes from the second meeting I had with Jennifer, and I still have a lot of to-dos to go through.
Well, congratulations, and congratulations to the company over 30 years of tremendous success and many more years of success in the future.
Cheers to 30 years.
Congratulations!
Congrats on 30 years. Cheers. You guys rock.
On behalf of all of us at Delta, Air France, and KLM, Alitalia, congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
I was lucky to be the Vice President of Alaska Sales and Marketing for Holland America for 6 years. And during that time, I made certain use of a moose hat in a lot of things that I did, and that made an impression on Valerie to the point that she almost insists I bring it whenever I come visit. And I know her grandchildren run around with moose hats, and that means a lot to me.
So one of my favorite stories regarding Valerie Wilson Travel had to do with an early on meeting between Deidre Kupchak, one of my colleagues, and Jennifer. Now mind you, this was 15 years ago. They were meeting in Jennifer's office, but even as today, it was piled high with papers from floor to ceiling. As they were getting to know each other, Deidre mentioned to Jennifer probably the best way for them to communicate was via email. Now mind you, this was 15 years ago, but Jennifer had never used email. Never. And it was kind of interesting that Deidre really left the meeting thinking very little chance this was going to go well. But sure enough, Deidre got back to her office, and there was an email from Jennifer, the very first one she'd ever sent.
Do I have a favorite story about Valerie Wilson and I? Well, yes, Valerie and I have this tradition that started, I'm trying to remember how many years ago, at Travel Mart. In fact, it was at one of the Virgin party. And those who know Val well know that she is quite a taskmaster. She's a stickler for detail and professional, but Val also knows how to have fun. And Val looked at me at that party and she said, you know, everybody's been kind of a little fuddy-duddy here. Why don't we dance? And there was nowhere to dance, but there was this futon, which was the only open space. So we kicked off our shoes, jumped on the futon and started dancing. And that's become a tradition. So at the end of our big meetings, particularly Travel Mart, Valerie and I always have a dance at the end of the event. And we took it to a whole new level at the bank at the Bellagio when last year it was time for our dance. And I thought we were just going down to the dance floor. And Valerie goes, She points at the go-go cage. And we walk over there, get the go-go dancer, we jump on there. It's a little space like this. And there we're dancing, and of course the song was She's All Right, which is how appropriate was that. And I'm sitting there dancing, and Valerie's dancing, and I was looking at the back of the club, and all of a sudden I turn around, and there are hundreds of iPhones and all this taking photos and video. And as we started to get off, my pocket starts zzz, zzz, zzz. And it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on YouTube. But I think the funniest of them all was when Kimberly gets an email, do you know where your mother is? So that has to be my favorite.
Val, congratulations.
Congratulations to everyone at Valerie Wilson Travel on 30 successful years and a bright and promising future ahead.